and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to Ti9. We're here. It is the final series of the day, Trent, and I can hear some things in my ear.
I know.
Which means we have a draft. Let's go into it.
Yeah, we'll just hop right on in there because it's going to be Alliance, Mineski, end of the day. Lots of chat wheel spam between these fine folks. And I'm ready for it, man.
So
where are they at?
We took a little bit of a break in between the last series that we cast, but there was still a lot of Dota going on. Mineski, they've moved up, man. They have had a heck of a group stage. Everybody was coming in saying that they were going to go out bottom 2. I think it is mathematically impossible for that to happen at this point. If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken.
I like it when you do math.
I've been known to be mistaken. But right now, they're third, right behind Team Secret and LGD. Spoiler alert. On the other side of things, you've got Alliance, who are sitting 5th. And this is a pretty hype one. TNC, obviously, been training around a lot of points back and forth. They're now sitting 7 and 7. But it's between these 3 teams, it feels like, for trying to get that upper bracket, which obviously makes such a huge difference to people's TI run.
Right, and so this is pretty much not necessarily deciding it, but you know, every single point counts, of course, for everybody. But, you're sitting like 6th, 7th kind of thing in the group, and you're like, okay, well, we can't get eliminated, but we have no chance of upper bracket. Games don't matter this much. At this point, it's really scary because, like, you want to be out of those best of ones.
Yes.
So, please, team, I ask of you, win these games.
Well, and the other thing to think about with the best of ones is that it's not just dropping down there yourselves, but who are you dropping down there against? Because right now, sitting in the lower bracket for one of them is like Team Liquid, Keen, who have looked insane, Newbie, who else?
Insane. That's more like the literal kind of insane, not like the actual, oh my god, they're Team Secret insane.
Yes.
It's like, no, they're insane. These guys are just diving past the tower. They've won some games, they've lost some games. I don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
That kind of insane.
Well, and then the other one, Virtus Pro, who we just saw in one of the previous series, actually on this stream, facing off against Infamous. They're still sitting likely in the lower bracket as well. So pretty nuts period of time right now. And I'm curious to watch how the rest of this is going to go as the tiny pick comes out from Mineski.
Yeah, very interesting. AA, Ogre, Lena. And then this tiny. So with the AA, you always have to come into the question of the Alchemist.
Alch.
Such a lovely hero. I don't know if we'll end up seeing him banned out in this phase. I feel like perhaps Alliance are going to, just because at the same time Alliance had their Alchemist game where they were able to pick it very late and take a victory just a few minutes ago here. So now with the Ogre and the Lena. Likely, out of this next bit of the phase, we'll probably find out what this Ogre is going to be doing. Is he going to be position 5? Is he going to be position 3? I think for Alliance, we're going to assume it's for Boxy, because I feel like Tiger's going to play the Lena, but Mineski also aren't sure. They've banned out this Treant Protector just to cover the Tiger strats. Although, that was Alliance, and that didn't look so hot, right? They went Tranquils right into the Ags, and they did not win that game.
No, that's right. I think that part of the reason, though, that you maybe ban this out is you're worried about what happens if you want. It like shuts down particular strats, like end the game type of strats. It causes some issues if they wanted to pick some like burst damage themselves. But yeah, I agree. It wasn't their strongest looking combination. I wouldn't have been as afraid of it, but giving a little bit of respect to it, Mineski, knowing what they wanted to accomplish. I haven't been able to see almost any games of Mineski so far. I don't think we've watched any of them.
No, we haven't got to cast any, and I feel like whenever I'm out there, it's the other group going on or something. But I've caught like some of their results and stuff, like the 2-0, of course, against TNC, one of those classic interregional things where you just seem to have your buddy's number, maybe a little bit of scrimming and whatnot.
But they also went 1-1 with Secret earlier today.
Yes, which is a huge surprise. I mean, come on. I mean, if you think, oh, I knew Mineski could do it, come on, guys. It's Team Secret. These guys are infallible. They look like the best team in Dota 2 all year. So,
I agree.
Shout out to Vici, too. You guys are doing great. But
I don't know if it's a hot take, me saying I agree.
Is that a hot take that Secret are really good at Dota? Whew, man.
I don't think so.
Gotta get some spicy tweets after this one.
Man, check out this guy, though. Sven. We were watching TNC play earlier, and Gabby Sven looked ridiculous. He was playing with an Ogre Magi as well. And I think that this like combo right here of a big bad right clicker with the Ogre, it's just really good.
I saw Loda's eyes like light up. He was like watching that screen. He's chilling. He's just like, oh my god, what is this Sven doing?
That's true, actually. He was watching the game as it happened.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and picks it.
They know. Yeah, exactly. They're like, wow, that Sven is kind of owning here, guys. You know what else has been owning? Stuns. Stuns are great. We got 6 heroes with a stun at least. You know, some of them are a little shiftier than some other stuns, but 6 stunning heroes. That is beautiful Dota right there.
You're
This is
just thinking
some
back to that NIP game, aren't you?
more stuns. You know what? You don't want to watch some more walking at each other Dota? This is just bruising. This is where it just gets down into the Thunderdome, the bog. It's not the Sloan kind of a bog. It's like you're stuck. This quicksand because one guy gets stunned, then there's another stun, and then the stun comes from the other team to stun the guy who just stunned the guy who was stunned, and whew, it's stunning. So we're at 7.
Segue.
Can we get an 8th hero with a stun? Can we get a 10-man stun draft?
Can I buy a stun?
Can I get a stun?
Wheel of Fortune. Buy a stun.
We got a stun!
The big stun!
We got the huge
beautiful.
stun. No, this is very exciting. Okay, so not a lot of enigmas.
No.
I think we had 1 support enigma.
But if you remember back to where Mineski came from, the place that Mineski reside and the qualifiers that brought him here onto the big stage, it was all Enigma all the time in the Southeast Asian qualifiers. A couple of months ago, actually it was only just a month ago at this point, they were able to make it to TI playing combos like this. Mainly it just enables your off lane to have a really good time. This time around, I'm wondering if they're going to maybe stick the tiny mid and then pick another greedy off lane, or if they just want to have the Enigma off lane. There's a lot of opportunities here.
I definitely like the Pango ban, though. Number 1, because he's a stun, so you know that he was coming. But number 2, because it is a hero that they're very capable of playing. That's good.
Man, the chat wheel is flowing. But, as you said earlier, game number 1, that's where chat wheel is. Game number 2 might drop off a little bit.
Always much quieter. All right, where are we at here? They need a first initiate. Well, actually, not necessarily. They have pretty good first initiation with the Tiny and the Wraith King, and then you want the follow-up of the Enigma. What about their sustained damage? It's a little weak on the burst for Mineski. I mean, it depends. The Tiny could go mid, and then that would be like very well-rounded if they had some other good for. But I do like the ideas around a Pangolier. I guess we have to think about the lane too, though. Going to be very hard to survive in. Could have rotations from the Lina. And then you just have Sven with his leading stun is just terrifying because you have the easy follow-up stun with the Grimstroke. They already have the Soul Bind with the Lina and the Ogre and the Sven. Whew, that might end up being a mid Lina too, right? Because they have the 10th pick, and if they see something better for Taiga or something better for Boxy, they'll be happy to go for it.
Yeah, it's super flexible. I think that's the main reason. And I don't know. I'm still a little bit concerned about like the core Ogre, and you know how good is that really, particularly against this type of a lineup. Maybe take a different offlaner, and then that would be the Lina mid. But the other thing that I'm a little concerned about is they don't have an answer right now for the black hole.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. There's no BKB cancel, and it's probably what Mineski are thinking. Is like, could they fit in a silencer, for example? And it's like, well, yeah, they definitely could if they wanted to. Put it like Taiga Grimstroke instead of Insania, and then just give it an Insania silencer.
Dude, ban the Necro. Get it out of here.
I think the Rubik, right? They could do... Rubik looks really good to me this game for Alliance. Because Taiga could play Rubik, and then Insania could play the Grimstroke, and then you'd have mid Lina, Boxy Ogre.
Okay. I mean, those are the classic ones, right? The silencer, the Rubik.
It's just a nice Rubik game.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. But they're also just going to focus on it being a Taiga Lina and an Insania Grimstroke.
Okay. And the ban into the pick of the Death Prophet. No stuns. It's problematic.
Aw, boo.
Right,
oh, well.
Hold
8
it
and
down.
a 9 isn't bad. You know, I can take that.
Alliance needing a last pick here. Lots of single target potential. I'm also very interested if we're going to be able to see the Ogre going to single target items combo together with the Grimstroke. That's one way that I would like this more as a core Ogre. Dude,
Yeah.
the Dagon.
I mean, that is the way that you would expect it. Who's going to take an advantage here? They have the possibilities of, like, the Razor and stuff, too. Hey, we were just talking about this guy.
I think this is the first pick of Clink so far.
I think so.
Dude, I'm super down. I thought that this hero was going to be everywhere this TI.
Yeah.
And it is so hard to play against. at least that I've seen in the pubs. I want to see how Mineski try and handle it, because this hero, for anybody that hasn't seen it, kind of is like turned into almost a Venomancer of all things, where like you go and gank him, you drop down the ulti, and then just fight around it, and you know you're slowly gonna get the damage over time that owns him. I don't know how you feel about it, but I really like Clinks. What's your read on Clinks?
I wasn't sure if people were going to try him as the support role, so he might end up being picked up a little bit earlier, because there have been some support Clinks being used a lot in like high tier pubs, because he's just super harassing during the laning stage. But yeah, very annoying ultimate. It does a shocking amount of damage. It caught me off guard because they kept buffing it, right?
Yeah.
And then it's gotten to this point where it's a beast. So single target focus here in a game like this, it's not that good against like a Wraith King, right? Because you have to like bring him down twice. But against a Death Prophet, she can't really afford to just be bursted down at the start of a fight. She needs to get off that Yules, and then do they have any follow up to the Yules? Just Inkswell, really.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I guess LSA too. Duh, that one's pretty good.
Yeah,
so
actually,
that's kind of scary.
Lot.
The Yules is not a saving mechanism for Moon this game.
No, that's a little bit scary. And there isn't really that other just natural defensive support like you're talking about. But game number 1 here, Alliance facing off against Mineski. And man, Boxy, last game 11-0 and 11 on the Slardar. Where's that at? I want to see that hero. There hasn't been that much Slardar, has there?
No, I don't even know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think I've got to see one.
Well, I apologize. I had to, at the very last second, pop in here, and I got a quick little thing. So Dota _ HUD. Oh, we're doing it, guys.
Yeah, you got this, buddy. You're slaying it.
Hide 1.
Boom. Killed it.
Boom.
Yeah.
And it's gone forever. Never seen it again.
You're a legend.
I don't actually know if it is gone forever.
I'm sure it's fine. You're a hero.
Well, game number 1 as we head off across the map. Mr. Mickey, Boxy, Tagia, they all try and get some good vision down. And Raging Potato looking for, well, hopefully just not a death. But the stun is going to come out. And as we talked about, there's a lot of stuns to follow it up. But the very quick Tiny with his boots. And it looks like that HUD thing is still going on. So should I try again? What do you think?
I don't even know. Obviously, it didn't work, so give it a go again. Why don't you try that? I'm sure you'll find it. I'll tell you guys what's happening. Absolutely nothing. We got Alliance just starting to take a peek down at the bottom runes. I'm just saying, okay, well, no one's really here. And likewise at the top, you got Mineski having a gander.
Okay.
We had some slight tech issues with, as you probably saw on this stream setup on the previous end of the game. So, with how fast and efficient we are at running games, we're gonna be seeing a couple. Oh, there it worked. Look, it went away. You're not getting the little notifications. There, you fixed it. So you just have a little tab on the side.
Amazing. That's because I hit the tab.
That's fine. That's fine. You got it.
So 1,000 net worth lead right now for Mineski, as you can see. Clearly, they're just gonna win. And we'll keep our eyes on that and see how it develops as the game goes on. As they have a pause as well.
they also have some slight issues. There we go. It's just a mouse issue. It's fine.
You know what they say, though? If you got an issue, get a tissue. Have you heard that one before?
No.
Yeah.
But you've whipped out a lot of those today. Something about a gear and a rear.
That's the other one as well. Yeah. So Mineski now, if we are going to keep our eyes on the game, it's probably the big thing you're going to need to watch for is these level 6s rotations. KP making a black hole move. I think that we're going to bring it back to us for just a second while we try and sort this stuff out.
I missed you guys so much. So it was, hi guys.
Hello again.
There, now we can do all our fun little button pressings as all right, so how should a game like this go? What team would I rather be on? I really like the off lane here. All right, I'm a big fan of the Enigma. You know, this guy just kind of chilling things down for the team, making sure everything's going to be good for you. Oh, you're even getting the reconnects and everything. You're really going professional on him here, I see.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying
I like hearing the
so
little
hard.
swish noises in my ear here. And so where's my Tiny running off to? He's heading right to the mid lane here. See if he can get some harassment on that Clinks. So Clinks versus Death Prophet, one would think is probably going to be pretty good for a Clinks.
Are you worried at all about any of the lanes? Are there any that really freak you out here?
Am I freaked out? Well, I wasn't sure what this off lane's gonna be like. I'm still not 100% confident, to be frank. Here, can you click my tiny? The tiny.
Sure.
Please?
We can go back into the game now as well.
Oh yes, we are back. So that's good. Look at that. You fixed everything. It's wonderful. So Bimbo, he has the boots and the tango, eh? So we have our core Enigma. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have names on mine, so I just had to be 100% certain that I had the right guy. that was my concern. Man,
guys, everything
are we
is
just
fine.
gonna be on this room forever?
Everything is fine.
We're getting relegated.
The teams are having a little bit of trouble. All right, let's go back to basics. We've got ourselves Raging Potato playing on the Tiny. He's got his boots first. Also KP playing on the Enigma, as we do have a slight DC. That issue going to be resolved very shortly. But it's
why do you just lie like that? You don't know that.
Because
it could be hours.
It could be hours.
You don't know.
You know what? It's not going to be. We are going to be all fine and dandy, my folks. So let's see. I want to say that this lane is going to be a little bit tough for the Enigma. Like, I always feel like that's the biggest issue, right? Is the laning phase for this guy and getting ran at. But they don't really have, like, that many ways to deal with, like, just an Inkswell, stunning the Eidolons, and then killing them,
That's
right?
what I would do. I would just kill the Eidolons.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's not a lane, he's going to have to do a lot of micro to keep these things up. I feel like Enigma is not going to have a lot of fun here. The best thing he can do is probably split the Eidolons under the tower, and then Tiny can try and make some toss plays to the Eidolon back under the tower, and then they can just try and feed off of the Grimstroke.
And look at this, interesting. Enigma not even deciding to go for the Sage's Mask and then afterwards into the Ring of Protection. I'm going straight Bassy, man.
I really thought you were going to say, oh, look, interesting. And you were about to say, if you attack a hero while 500 units are more away from creeps, they will not attack you. Like this was fresh information to you or something?
No, this is talking about the Bassy.
Oh, okay. So you did know how creep aggro works. I see.
You know, I did learn that. That actually changed my Dota life. It makes things a lot better.
Well, things all better now because we're back into it. And Bimbo, he's gonna take a little peek here, perhaps for a courier.
Dude, if he
okay.
That's not.
He's just grabbing the creeps.
Is he really? Is that the goal?
He no cares.
He's
like, I don't care if they know I'm coming. I'm coming up top. It's fine.
I mean, what do you do? How do you handle this? He's just gonna run at you regardless. Doesn't matter if you know you're there. A little bit of a stun comes out. Ninja Boogie has the cold feet available. And Boxy here might run into some issues as the toss goes back underneath the tower, but they did not have the stun off of cooldown, and Boxy's
look at this fancy
just going to be able to get the walk away. The toss back again from Raging Potato. They have another round of it if they want to use it. Ninja Boogie gets the cold feet, but another light strike right. Boxy living, but not quite long enough as Ninja Boogie claims his prize.
And the rotation here from Insania, so we're gonna have the try on try, it seems. And this seems pretty good to me if I'm Enigma, because they had some pretty decent answers, and now they don't. They're forced to try and give their ogre a good time. Well, mostly they just want to shut down Nico Baby. So I think Nico Baby's crazy farming has looked like one of the prizes here for Mineski.
Koikva mid against Moon. This is kind of an awkward matchup. Obviously, if there's a rotation, could possibly find a kill, but I don't think Death Prophet, other than that, is going to be under too much fire. As triple creep wave, rather range creep moving in. Nico Baby slowed down quite heavily and trying to get the punch down. Poor old Nico Baby. He's in a little bit of bother, able to dodge away from the light strike rate, but that just pulls him deeper into harm's way, and Boxy gets the kill. So 1 for 1 so far. Has Raging Potato going to make the walk again? This guy's just getting in the miles. Gotta get this guy a Fitbit.
Oh, and Clinks will play the safe side of the lane here.
And Raging Potato just takes a couple towers as he runs through as well.
Shockingly close to the courier as well.
Oh. Does he get it? There's no way, right?
No. Still just level 1. What a strange game.
What's happening? Why is this happening? Wait, is Koikva just leaving?
He's just getting zoned. All right, now he's the TP back. Did Insania just salve him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. What a teammate. Might have been the. I mean, it might come out on the courier actually. I think.
No, it was definitely Insania that gave him the salve. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. At least make. Oh, that's disappointing. Nice deny there from Moon.
Well, after the beginning, starting with a pause, this game has looked very bizarre early on. But 17 and 18 and 10 right now as we move away. Quick stun.
Oh, here he comes.
Taiga trying to get the kill. Light Strike Array comes through. Nico Baby. Did they get the kill? He's going to walk away. Salves up. He's fine.
At the same time, they did he cut through the trees and then Ava tossed Koikfa back onto Moon, but that did force out the point into the Skeleton Walk, which, as you've probably observed in some of these core Clinks games, if you guys have been watching the pubs or playing the pubs, they really don't want invis.
Yeah.
That's just less damage, and it's only really used defensively.
Dude, look at Moon. Moon is just, like, bullying him back. He almost has more denies than Koikfa has last hits. Will be able to pick up a DD rune right now. But honestly, it still feels like one of those things where he just needs to be careful. There is a scan back behind the tower, realizing that Rage Potato's in the area. Looks like Moon is going to head back, pick up, has the chainmail going. I mean, this is the thing. He's got 10 armor right now on this Death Prophet.
Yeah, this build is, I thought he'd be able to like snowball a little bit more early, but this is really rough stuff. You can see he still does output a lot of harass damage here with a DD.
That's true.
So that's great.
I mean, but that's the thing, is like he's got a DD and Moon is still able to sort of trade with him, as crazy as that is. Another punch on his way back across, gets the salve up. Now Raging Potato again going to make the move, looking to try and secure bounties, but will not be able to do so. So Insania gets one, and it looks like it's going to be a trade-off there of 2 apiece. So how's this beginning opening stage looking for you? Do you sort of favor the sort of, I guess I don't even know what I'd say. Is there a team that you like more in the late game?
I just thought that I don't know. I thought there'd be more of a net worth lead already from Mineski, just by the way things are feeling with this game starting. But maybe it's because the Tiny's just making a lot of rotations and only's got like that 1 assist, so he's not really like gaining a whole lot. Whereas Alliance are keeping like everyone just in the lane all the time, not a lot of heavy rotations. This is kind of their first one now with Taiga in the mid, perhaps looking to protect from a possible play from the Tiny.
And you know, there was a lot of clinks that was going on before Ti started, and it kind of begs the question, like, if maybe this was a hero that showed up in scrims and you know, people realized the way to deal with it is just constantly roam into his lane and try and punish him early.
Yeah, and spam a bunch of armor items really early. It's already starting to look a lot better though, right? Like he's catching up really fast now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't really changed a whole lot. It's mostly just like the bonus points into searing arrows that has changed.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And plus he's just gotten more items, right? Like the more Wraith fans.
Top lane, they find Boxy. And going to be able to get the Inkswell afterwards. Is it going to be enough to turn this onto Raging Potato? Bimbo, the toss over, saving his life and finding the kill. Light Strike Array to turn it. And woo, Dragon Slave. That was close.
Yeah, he felt the hot air fly past out of that thing.
I think that they did see this stack, though. There's like a quad stack on the medium camp. I don't know if I've seen that before. that many stacked up, and also over here. But if
Sven up here. Can Taiga get this again? He's trying to stack it once more. This is a tough one. Let me see the boxes. Oh, he got one of them.
Oh my goodness.
He got the wolves.
Dude, that's going to be so much gold.
I just want to see the stroke of fate.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Do it on the AA walking down on the river, he just dies.
But they know. Like, I think that they know about this on Mineski. And Sven moving in. Oh, God, look at that. That's real nice for Mickey. Avalanche toss combination, all space by for the Sven as they're going to pop the Exorcism for this. Do they run uphill? Or does Mickey just run in to try and fight them and defend the tower? Let's just finish off the stacks, but as it stands, Raging Potato is going to get completely obliterated by Koikfa. So Koikfa finds the kill, and Moon just going to TP away. Mickey, oh yeah. Doesn't have God Strength anymore, but should still be able to finish this one off.
Yeah, the real question is who wants to stick around and get some of this XP.
Yeah, now sitting comfortably top of the net worth, ahead of the Death Prophet. Very, very nice. KP moving in with Eco Baby, getting some body blocks there with the Eidolons. Already used the Malefice. They will finish him off as well. As As that early medallion is picked up by the Clinks, and already at 8 minutes in, things starting to swing back the other direction.
And has some really nice kill buddies this game, right? Like the Ogre, Boxy's been doing a great job, by the way, of using his HP. I feel like every time we see one of these fights, they are trying to kill him, which is key.
Ooh, toss back, Quakeva. Looks like he's gonna be okay. Oh man, although Moon, another punch. Doesn't have a mango or anything else, but does have level 4 Crypt Swarm, and actually just punches on him, forces out the Fairy Fire. Didn't quite connect. Heads up play there by Quakeva as they start to pressure this tier 1 tower, and KP takes away the last hit from Nico Baby.
Yeah, not getting very good trades anywhere else either. They're starting to put a little bit of pressure on for Mickey, but you got Bimbo hanging around there as well as Ninja Boogie, so try to make sure he doesn't take this for free. Now they are fighting into this with the Exorcism though.
Dangerous. Boxy wants to get the toss away, but it just means he's going to die as well.
Jeez. All right, well, maybe you should let that one go.
I mean, if he tosses Boxy away at that point, maybe you save your buddy, but
yeah,
as it stands, did not go that way. And Alliance are going to claim the tier 1 tower top, while simultaneously KP invading the jungle. Has the black hole available, as well as 4 points up in Eidolons.
Jeez, that's a level 3 Lina. That's pretty low.
That ain't great.
Almost level 6 on Insanio yet, without the tome, too.
Yeah.
But that space made from KP there, where he's farming up inside the neutrals and creating easy lane for Nico Baby, just knowing that there's no one ganking through there at him.
Right.
Doesn't have any points in the ulti yet, as you'd expect, and he has even committed the point too, where he's just like, yeah, I want to farm faster. I want to just keep. He's just stunning Hellbears, right? Like, this guy's going maximum speed.
Yeah. It does feel like Mineski are putting a lot of emphasis on just giving him a good game. Like, everything about this lineup and the way that they're playing is built to try and keep pressure off of him so you can just keep farming.
Oh, and they got a scan here onto Raging Potato and KP.
Well, moving in the Eidolons. They're expecting a ward down behind the tower, but it is not there. In fact, Insania, if he's not careful, is going to take a little bit of a beating. They back away, Boxy moving in. Light Strike Array going to connect there, but they have Midnight Pulse down. KP ready to go with his ultimate if he wants to. That's something else they got to be concerned about, right? Is just dropping down the burning army. You can't really do it. Just drop a black hole when that's going on.
No, that is true. It might not cancel it, but that is a lot of damage.
Yeah. So KP trying to finish off his Midas while seeing if he can keep the Arcane Rune long enough to use it, just for the max efficiency.
I like that. That is definitely a play.
That's pretty sick.
So, another 500 gold, maybe. It's gonna be close.
That's not how it's gonna happen. Some Eidolons on the Ancients.
Well, Midas, and they're on the way here. So they have the Laguna Blade, they have the Soulbind, and even some Arcane Boost now for Tiger too. So ideal targets, probably KP. Death Prophet would be lovely, but she's unlikely to be caught by you. And man, her armor is just stacked up now at this point. She's got 15. Oh, well, it slowly starts dissipating the further away she gets from tower. She got 12 armor, and then she gets a medallion back. There we go. Up to 22 armor under tower.
Ice Blast being thrown. Tagia gonna get found. Over in the trees, Insania is there, and Quakeva trying to get set up. And they're gonna throw out the skeletons as Nico Baby is gonna get chased down. Does have his ultimate though. Do they come and try and help him out? Death the second time would be really painful. Throws out the stun onto Boxy, runs away, but they're moving in now with KP, has the black hole available. If they want to use it, Burning Army on 10 seconds. They get the Laguna Blade off, it's not enough damage though. Turn around, toss forward, tries to find some more. Boxy gonna throw out that stun. They're actually just gonna kill off this Ancient Apparition, it looks like. Ninja Boogie trying to back away, dies to that Dragon Slave as Moon shows up as well for Taiga. And they're gonna get another throw, Raging Potato. Making it happen for his team.
I could see the eternal struggle there inside of KP because he really wanted to buy his Midas. And he like starts walking towards the side shop. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, fine, I'll play with the team.
Yeah.
Now he's just sitting here with all the gold right by the side shop. Now he loses the Arcane Rune buff, and he's like, all the value.
I know, it's frustrating.
But you know, it's really good to take towers and create places for your team to farm, because you have some relatively greedy heroes early on here in the Enigma and the Wraith King. He wants to be a very farmed core.
And the proverbial threat of the black hole that is constant in front of everybody. As KP finishes off his Hand of Midas, has level 9 on this Enigma. Mineski kind of feeling like they're rolling early on here. Getting everything they need.
Yeah, we've seen this Ogre catch up a lot already, though, in this tournament. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of Ogre, and he's almost in that Midas, too. So once he gets those rolling and gets himself into some auras, it might look a little better, but...
Oh.
Yeah, let him go.
They thought about it. Force out a TP that does end up getting canceled. And Alliance back to just sort of farming up on these supports. Sven has still been able to farm up a Storm in spite of... Oh, wait. They have vision of Quakefoot right now. They realize he's here. Avalanche looking for that toss in just a moment. They have the dust back. Gonna throw him to Nico Baby. Connects with the stun, the silence, the punch. And Quakefoot goes down.
Now, one thing we pointed out earlier is that there's a lot of stuns in this game.
Yeah.
And it is hard as a Clinks to just like walk up and one-shot or you know, just like strafe and destroy somebody when they have stuns. Especially when they're close to shrines like that, because it gives them an opportunity to respond, and it's likely they're going to be able to get some help. Now, the AA, that's the big one. Like, Ninja Boogie can just die if he gets found out there by the Clinks, that's for sure.
But also he's doing a good job of staying on the opposite side of the map where
yes.
the Clinks is going to be. And throws out that Ice Blast, knowing that the fight's going to be taking place over there. Can they catch anybody, though? Hits on the Taiga. None of the others. The bounty runs were coming, and it looks like they will find that kill onto Raging Potato. While Ninja Boogie picks up a couple bounty runes, and, well, that's what you're talking about. Our man is gone.
Yeah, that's depressing. Yeah, his stun, unfortunately, not very effective in keeping himself alive versus the Clinks.
So, Midas Radiance for the Wraith King.
Wow.
KP going back for the Mechanism, as is often the case, and Mickey moving in. Insania there as well. Could go for the black hole, just going to drop it down onto Sven. They got him caught in some trouble. The silence gets out with the Phantom's Embrace, but Mickey still going to die. And now the chase forward for more. Insania, the Spirit went back to him, so they know that he went up to the north, but it looks like they're not going to opt to chase it for it.
Yeah, good choice, though. I mean, just turn and absolutely focus completely onto the Sven. Don't worry about getting the double kill here. Shining down the Sven is going to be a big key to this game. And although they can't see the net worth chart, they probably have a good idea that he's the real guy that's doing well right now. And ooh, Radiant Courier gets picked off here with quite a few items.
Wondering, was that going to Insania? Seems
Didn't look like it with the items that were on it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was the Tiny who got it because his tree throws, or tree grab is on CD, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, Mineski, after a nice pickup there, taking down the Sven, are going to go as 5, pressure the Tier 1 tower, now head back towards mid to make sure that they don't lose one of their own. Moon has had a fabulous game so far. Really impressed with this Death Prophet.
He's very high net worth. But 4-0-0, that's going to help with that. He does definitely love spamming that taunt, too.
It's a good one.
This is a smoke here from Alliance. A little unusual, like cutting through a behind like this. Tend to be like aiming for people who are farming the actual jungle, but they just want to go for this tier 1 really fast, I guess. Is well, on the exact opposite side of the map. This is why they're smoking over here. And they're going to defend this from Mineski. They say, yeah, we can just push that tier 2 anytime. You guys need us not here to take this.
No black hole, though. Makes it a little bit harder to take this fight. Ice Blast does not connect. They get the Soul Bind onto 2. Avalanche, then the walk away. Still looking for more. Sania getting the back out. Chase, chase, chase coming from the Death Prophet. And this is Mickey again, caught. Foxy, they turn to fight, try and take him down, but he's just going to drop. Runs into all of them, and Moon lives through it as well. They have the Clinks ulti running through all of them, but I think Boxy might just end up falling in, and they have the ulti available from Nico Babies. The stun comes out, but he doesn't have enough mana. 18 stick charges. See if he pops it now, tries to get the run down. Sania, Moon, they're all in the area. And as they get the slow Malefice off, the Ice Blast eventually will connect onto the corpse of Boxy as Mineski just keep it rolling.
Excellent stuff there from Mineski. Perfectly reading the situation. They're in Alliance's head right now. They're understanding, like, okay, we're pressuring top. If we're on the Alliance right now, how are we going to try and recover in this case? So we can, like, counter push on the bottom lane with a smoke. They were all very ready for that. And then they've got the items for the chase down, too, with the Yule Scepter finished up there onto Moon. So he's going to go for the items. I mean, his build has been flawless this game as well, right? Like, that armor keeps it on himself for the start of the fight until the ultimates are cleared up there from the Clinks, and then he starts using it offensively, chase down for the additional kills onto Boxy.
And when he picks up his completed Aghanim Scepter, it's going to make a huge amount of difference towards his... And also, like, just towards taking Roche. That's going to be the other thing that's huge. Like, this timing that Mineski is going to hit here feels really, really good. The only thing that's a little bit strange about it is that it's also, like, built around this Wraith King Radiance, which, yes, it's going to be very strong, but sometimes that could just be, like, another farming-ish item. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit slow too. Like typically you get a little bit faster on the Wraith Kings, but obviously having some other cores are doing well is kind of fine.
All right, has the silence, takes off the spirit, looking for the avalanche toss back. Raging Potato finds his man, and losing that soul bind does not feel good. 30 seconds, what can they get?
Well, they can take the tier 1 mid, or they can do the same thing again and go back and defend top. And I feel like they're going to defend.
Oh, my gay. He's just farming up. This is sort of the Yuar from earlier today, but he was playing an anti-mage. Having to farm in the enemy jungle, try and play catch-up, if at all possible. Up top, Raging Potato, looking for a catch. His Taiga hiding off in the trees. Ice Blast, they got him. They find the toss in time, they will. Raging Potato finds the Lina, dodges away from the Light Strike Array. Another punch should be able to be enough to bring him below hat threshold. As Raging Potato, ooh, okay, ties to the creeps.
Creeps got it covered. Man, great stuff. I did not think he was going to toss that in time. And it is Roche time here now. Worthy of an exorcism pop, they say.
Okay.
And what we were talking about the DP Ags, the Clinks Ags is now done too.
Okay.
So then he'll go into the Solar Crest. This kind of was the build. Oh, DD play. Run.
Get out of there. There was the Burning Army still in the area. But, I mean, the bigger win is going to be Mineski taking down Roche. And Aegis onto Nico, baby. As mid lane, they find Insania. He's just dead as well. Boxy, I don't think you guys want to go on him. Raging Potato getting the walk away. Just like that, Mineski.
That was a DD Clinks, by the way. That's not a good sign for Alliance. If you can't kill the position 4 after that many shots.
Bigfoot goes up to high ground. Aegis on the Wraith King. Doesn't quite have enough for the Radiance, but should be flying out soon. So
yeah, there it
takes
goes.
That one up.
Oh, jeez, man. Mineski could look to... I guess the question is, how much can you get off this without being way too risky? Probably just tier 2s and total map control.
And then for the fortunate part here also is they don't have another creep wave. So Quake's going to have to try and play this one sort of split push style. As Moon, about 300 gold away from finishing off his Aghanim Scepter. And I think that Clinks is going to try and snipe this courier on its way back, maybe. See if he's able to find it.
I think he's on the prowl for an AA. Oh, looks like it'll be the Tiny instead. Whatever support wanted to come to this tower.
Mr. Potato.
Oh, okay. How about a tier 1 tower? There you go.
Bigfoot shows up. Deny. All right, well, they're moving in to take down the tier 2.
Mid lane, Insania might be dead again.
Yeah, he's just gone. Chase forward, one more punch, he ends up dying, and now the Yule Scepter not going to be enough. They're going to buy back on the Grimstroke, and immediately Mineski just back out, finish off the tower. They're fine. Mickey, well, never mind. BKB pop, but they have the Black Hole coming in from KP. No, it's silenced immediately. They took down the Death Prophet, and now KP in trouble. Doesn't have anywhere left to go. He's dead as well.
Oh, man. Huge fight there for Alliance. That was that question of, like, how far can you go without, like, going way too risky, and you've got a Tiny basically solo defending the bottom lane, and he's showing, because they had this ward virtually under the tower there, which you can see from Alliance, so they had known for a while that Raging Potato was down there, and he's been a very key factor in these team fights. I mean, the guy's 6, 4, and 5, 11 of their 16 kills.
Take another hit onto the creeps, onto the heroes, and Nico, baby, finishing off the Radiance. Yeah, it was a little bit strange, right? Because you've got so much potential to take a fight as 5,
Yep.
and now Alliance have been able to get into their next set of items. Blink Dagger's done.
Yeah, Taiga got the streak too, so he's got Blink, he's got Force Staff, so he can help with this ratting a lot now on the Lina, and that's going to try and get him farmed all the way up to the Aghanim Scepter, so they can get some damage to cut through this Death Prophet and help with the burst.
Not wanting to give him that opportunity, they're going to go for the big smoke play, and it's towards the direction of Clinks. Quakefa heading off across the map. Their smoke breaks. Should have a dust immediately afterwards.
Yeah, he did not push very far though. He sensed there was something like this going on. And oh, well, maybe. Might be some smoke on smoke here after they clear out this mid lane.
Okay. Movement around the other direction. Mineski going to hold this high ground, it looks like. Now, the unfortunate part for Mineski is that they don't have Black Hole for another 85 seconds.
This is quite the smoke from Alliance because the creep wave is going to be meeting right underneath their tier 3.
Yeah, and they should realize what's going on the side of Mineski. Nico Baby, he's up front and center, throws out the stun. They have the Ice Blast afterwards. Avalanche toss. Is there any follow-up in the back lines? They're trying to take him down. It's not quite looking like enough. Taiga does kill off the AA. Meanwhile, the Exorcism going to be blasting into Boxy. Now the lift up onto Grimstroke. They're kind of just tearing apart these supports from the other side. A triple kill for Moon. And just like that, Alliance lose everybody but the mid and safe lane player.
Yeah, that was a bit rough. You just walk your Sven up to the high ground with the smoke. Couldn't get his BKB off before he lost 70 or 80% of his HP. That fight just looked really ugly for Alliance. And you could say like, oh, okay, we're trying to force a fight in their jungle, and then if they pop X's and they can't like take our base and stuff. But that fight was like right outside there. And now with the Aghanims, of course, you can still push very hard. And they're just going for 2 lanes right now. They got the first melee. I think they want a second.
Mineski doing it to it. Roche, 30 seconds until it's going to be reclaimed. But in the meantime, Alliance do not have an answer for this without the Grimstroke. Looking for the opening, and Quakeva's back here. Raging Potato, they want to try and find the kill onto KP, but if they do that, they're just going to get completely eviscerated. The jump forward mechanism popped, he's fine. And now, you don't have Boxy. This fight's completely falling apart for Alliance.
They need a sentry behind them from Ninja Boogie right now. This Clinks is just running free.
And there it is. Sentry ward down, jump forward, immediate Ghost Scepter.
What?
Oh, Ninja Boogie with the reactants and the Black Hole onto 2. They're keeping him isolated though, and that's going to be enough to take down KP. They will find the finish onto Clinks though.
Dude, that was all because he lived long enough to get that ulti off onto the Clinks.
Unreal. Nico Baby.
How do you Ghost Scepter between that Stormhammer?
I don't know, but he did it. Now on to 2, they're going to back away as well. Raging Potato, they try and run. Might not be able to get too far though as Mickey gets Yule Scepter up. Moon going to walk away from them. They need to throw out another little slow here as Nico Baby is going to get the blink out of there. Moon ends up taking some damage away. He's actually doing a ridiculous amount with that Aghanim Scepter. And they're just going to kill off the Sven.
Sania has to just get to the fog and try and TV back in. But that is the double melee, and as well as some catapults and creeps wailing away at the mid-range racks too, so both of them very low. And could be cleaned up here.
Fight recap, when all is said and done, a couple of different buybacks used. Relatively even in terms of gold and experience change, more so into the favor of Mineski, but the big win is taking those barracks. As Boxy, again, caught a little bit too far forward. They're going to give the tip to Mickey, apparently, as they will kill off the offlaner. Another one dead, and they also found Taiga. He gets caught out as well.
Yo, this guy has no chill, man.
No chill indeed. Man, I think Mineski got this one in the bag there, ladies and gentlemen. Another Exorcism, another set of racks, and a ward to be destroyed here as I was looking for some sort of a play in the back lines. Man, Mineski just started rolling and did not stop. Like, they got this Radiance finish on Nico, and they just went at them constantly. Wow, rough stuff for the 2 big cores.
Oh my god, just eating up Insania yet again. As Mineski gonna finish off, get Mega Creeps. 30 seconds left before the Grimstroke is back up. They do have the Lina, but at this point, they're basically fountain fire. I mean, this is Bimbo Dota. But the toss away, getting back towards his team, gonna pop the BKB, try to see if he can fight, do anything at all. Quick Fizz off to the side, not really able to do all that much damage. Nico Baby will go down in a second here. Raging Potato might as well, but it's gonna come at a cost. Never mind, Nico Baby not dying, will eventually fall, but he's coming back. Reincarnation is very nifty indeed. Black Hole 18 seconds away. Ice Blast going to land very well placed by the AA. Another round of Grimstrokes. They have the stuns if they so desire. Boxy, Fire Blast, good amount of damage, but Moon still living through all of it. And KP now, Black Hole off cooldown, 1 second. Who's he gonna choose? Who's the lucky winner? Looks like it might be Boxy as he chases forward.
Where's the throne Black Hole? There he goes.
Just
You always gotta get the Black Hole thrown down. It's very important.
Well, very impressive showing. I mean, that's the thing. It didn't look particularly hard.
Didn't look particularly hard. Wow, you heard it here first. It was a 2.5 lane win sort of a deal. It's like they kind of went even. I would say top was like relatively even at the very least. Like Nico Baby did get forced out, but the DP had a great start. The Clink started to bounce back a little bit, but I think the rotations from Bimbo, really Raging Potato, fantastic
Boots.
this game. He's all over the map there with the boots, making the game easy peasy. Running through towers, definitely creating a lot of chaos. And made KP's life good and easy on that Enigma.
It was really
you know
cool.
he's going to facilitate those early game pushes.
I think that those like boots early and then just like literally running back and forth between all of the lanes.
Let him know.
It was nuts.
He's coming. And heroes that we weren't feeling this game. I think the Ogre had an extremely difficult time. The Grimstroke had a very difficult time. How many soul binds do you see with Laguna Blades or like Fire Blasts? Not able to find them in this one here from Alliance. So, and then the Clinks too, just like he didn't really feel that pressure of the hero moving across the map and like getting kills, and they had so many stuns. So, like I like the concept because you think that like okay we've lost stuns, so even in the team fight it should be a pretty good time. But he was so far behind he could never get to the BKB, and without the BKB you can't just like plant and do all your damage. So, just timing push Dota from Mineski and they hit it, and that's what that game should look like.
Definitely. They knew what they needed to do. They made it happen, and we'll see if they can do it again in game number 2. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Got Alliance Mineski right after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back.
Yeah.
Ti9.
That was for you guys,
That was for
not
all
not
you.
anyone else. Promise.
We're here in game number 2. Mineski facing off against Alliance.
Yep.
Trent, I feel like we've seen a lot of weird, crazy, off-the-wall builds. That last game just felt kind of standard.
Yeah, that was just super standard, good-looking Dota.
Yeah.
They had a very specific kind of timing window they wanted to hit with the Death Prophet and the Wraith King with the Aghanim Scepter and everything, and the Enigma with the auras. Perfect. Just what you need.
Wraith King Radiance, not Aghanim Scepter.
What did I say, Aghanims? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Sorry, I was just getting excited about what was clearly coming next. There's been a lot of Ags.
There have been.
That was on the Clinks. He did not do quite as well. But we have a new draft. We'll see if we see a Clinks again. But for now, the mid-game Morphling, again, going to be the target here of these first phase bans. I've seen it a couple times now from these Alliance games.
People learned.
Yeah, the guys get a good one. And they, especially the fact that they play the boxy Earthshaker, right? And then they play the Taiga Dark Willow, and those are two of the better targets when the Morphling gets that Aghanim Scepter to copy on into.
And I'm just a firm believer in the philosophy of drafting that if somebody's comfortable playing something, take it away from them.
Respect your opponent.
Exactly. Even if you don't think it's the best thing in the world, take away what they're comfortable with.
I mean, like that, right? Dark Willow.
Yeah.
Same thing. Taiga's extremely good at it. The guy just makes way more plays in the early game. I mean, that didn't look like a Taiga game. I'll say that on the
Yes.
Lina. How about his first 30 seconds were better than the rest of that game for him, or whatever. Whenever he hit those 3 LSAs that helped save Boxy for the longest time, and they almost weren't able to kill him because of it, that was the biggest play Taiga made that match.
And that's not what you expect out of this guy.
No.
He has at times looked like the best player on the field over and over and over again. Like Dark Willow early on first day, I think he had an Aegis steal or something.
Yep.
All sorts of stuff. Yeah, ban out the Earthshaker next. Let's take him out of the pool.
I'm feeling like I was going to say a Chen game, but then you have this concern of the AA and the Alchemist coming out here next, so some questions as to how you handle that right now from Alliance, depending on what Mineski want to ban. I like the Alch ban. That's perfect. Because then I think if they didn't ban Alch, then Alliance is probably going to pick AA and then see what Mineski did, and then they're probably about to Alch you.
Right.
As they've taken a few games off of some teams with that. I believe Liquid earlier got 10th pick out or something.
I do believe in the KP Brood. Not Brood, excuse me, Timbersaw. If they wanted that, do that as an answer. But Alliance
That's
are going to go back for the CM. Kind
Yep.
of bizarre. I guess they're setting up for the Storm.
I think with the Alch being gone, you're not as concerned about the AA. And then, yes, the Storm for Quakefoot, a very good thing to point out for sure. It always makes that game better for him. So I wouldn't mind a Shadow Shaman +1 or something here from Mineski. Just some sort of a threat. Something scary to say, don't do it. But it's also just a good hero, you know? Guess the problem with Shadow Shaman, though, is that he doesn't have that ground target for the CM if she wants to ulti with the Glimmer, and that can be a pretty nice thing to have. So pick a Tiny instead.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. Raging Potato had a very good time on it in the last game.
And they have 10th pick, too. So maybe some flexibility as the draft keeps going.
Always a bonus of playing this hero. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to maybe see if Alliance don't decide to go for a Storm, maybe like a Brood. Just because I think it feels like that type of game, the way that this series has gone so far, where maybe they want to mix things up and throw a wrench in Mineski's plans. Try and do something funky.
So Tiny and Ogre. Is that enough for Quakefoot to want the old Storm Spirit? Or, well, we'll probably have to wait. I like what you said. Just we still have some other options for Quakefoot too, right? Like the Brood and everything. So hold that out there a little bit. Ogre and Tiny. So do you assume that this is KP and Raging Potato is the question if you're Alliance? And if so, you know this is going to be a very heavy pressuring lane. And Crystal Maiden isn't really that good when being pressured. She's a really good offensive support, so that kind of leads you towards tri-lanes. Like, you want to have the better lane, and you just want to keep getting kills over and over. But if it feels like you're just trying to defend some guy farming creeps like a Spectre or something, then it's not going to feel that great. Like it makes me think of Troll and stuff when I see this setup.
Yeah, I could see something like that. Or you take an offlaner into the tri-lane. This does not look like a tri-lane hero.
No, this is more likely to be a, I guess probably Taiga.
With the CM, does it make it at all possible to be a 3 position? Is that completely bizarre?
No, I mean, we had 3 position last game too, right? It
Yeah.
can just be a different position for hero for Taiga. I guess I'm wondering about like the lane matchups though. They're on the dire side with the Enigma, so kind of the same deals last time.
You know, the thing about this though is I was kind of questioning if Alliance were dealing with the Enigma well enough in the last time. Like he basically got a free game KP out of the laning stage with already tiny ogre. I don't feel like he's gonna get that. Like I feel like they could potentially just run at him with some safe laner that has a stun.
Oh, well, we thought that last time too, though, right?
Right, but what I'm saying is that I think that that's what Alliance.
Oh,
have
like
decided to
Mineski
do.
are gonna recognize that and be
Yes.
like, "Yo, hey KP, how come your game was so easy?" It's like, well, because you guys were, you just forced them to come top of the tri lane,
Right.
basically, and they could do that again here, because they already have like an ogre and a tiny, and they could just, I mean, just body him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about for Alliance. They ban out the Brood by Mineski.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're on point.
do they take the Storm away here?
What are other problem heroes? Nothing that really stands out here. Some teams would maybe argue for like a Slark in these situations, but again, we don't want something that isn't that strong in the laning stage. Yeah, I'm okay with the Storm ban. Alliance taking care of some heroes that they don't want to see in the Ember and the Death Prophet.
I guess hypothetically Mineski could take a Storm themselves if they wanted to deny it. Or maybe Storm's just going to go unpicked unbanned.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's
They've
definitely
gone
could
for the Lone Druid ban instead because it does time it very really well with the Crystal Maiden and the Enigma, right? It's just like either you go the Mask of Madness builds, which we've seen plenty as of late, or you can still go back for that Radiance too. But with the first aura, you can just take down most of the towers on the map, just shy of high ground.
So this looks like a boogie hero, if I ever saw
Mhm.
one.
And this tends to lead the Enigma more towards the support role, the position 4, and focusing on the auras, not worrying about the black hole, and just saying, okay, you know what, they went for it. The other argument you can make is that you go like Greaves and stuff, and you just always have an answer in case they black hole before the, if they ultimate before the black hole comes out. But they have 9th pick anyway, so they're going to start with the Koikva hero, and it is an interesting one. They take one that's not easily countered in the mid lane. Like, if they went Storm, for example, they could have just went Razor right here from Mineski.
Yeah.
Whereas the Queen of Pain, she doesn't necessarily have anyone that can completely body her. It used to be that Puck matchup, but then you have a Puck. I mean,
That's
it
the
is
thing.
it is a moon hero.
Yeah.
And
I like the sound of that.
it's okay. Do they have enough damage to go with it though? With the Ogre, it'd be a lot of magic. They don't really have a solid right clicker.
Yeah, that would be one of the issues, but I could also see Mineski, like just the way that I think Moon carries himself in that team, I could see him say, give me puck, let me just run at you.
I could definitely see that
Like-
too. I will not deny. I wouldn't mind a DK either.
Yeah,
Although that's another like non-piercing stun.
that's true, but they have Silencer.
Oh, there's a Pearson stun if I've ever seen one.
Wow.
Okay, instant counter. They were so ready for that. They were like, "Hey, do you guys want to play Naga and then pick Void?" Yup, we're playing Naga, guys.
All right.
So back in the day, this was the big counter because it was all about the support Naga. Man, I used to love playing support Naga. Oh, the max
Tell me
net.
about it.
It was so fun. Riptide was broken because you could just press it whenever you wanted to just take all their armor away. Somehow that was okay. And then you could song every time the chrono happened. And then no one died. It was wonderful. So right now there is some pressure on our Faceless Void to actually chrono the Naga.
I have to say it's a very different looking draft from what I feel like I've been accustomed to recently, particularly from Alliance. Like, I don't think I've seen them run Nagi yet. I could be wrong about that one, definitely. We haven't been able to watch every game that's been going on.
Of course.
But I will say that it's, I don't know, maybe it's just this Enigma makes things weird. But I'm curious to see how it
Well, it's a
works.
classic combo, right? It's some newbie Dota. KP's going to be very familiar with this.
Yes.
He's going to be like, yeah, I remember running this stuff. Song and to set up for a black hole. Wub, wub, wub. Easy peasy. Guarantees that you can catch the silencer, and you just hope someone's standing next to him.
They do have the Centaur there, taken out by Mineski. Would have been a very scary combo, just to have like the Stampede with the song forward.
They need a boxy hero that can play aggressively with this Queen of Pain too, though, I think. I don't think they just want to be like ratting it out here, even at like the start of the game. I tend to think of like the Mars or something here, but we know that they've gone away from the Mars. So they've been picking the Axe in these situations where that was what I would be calling for. Axe looks all right here. He's another hero that can set up after the song. How is the pressure in the laning stage? It's only the silencer in the Faceless Void. You could creep cut pretty well.
So we're expecting this to be an Ogre Tiny dual offlane then? That's what you're thinking.
Yeah. I mean, Bimbo's going to be running around everywhere on the Tiny, for sure. But you could likely get away. If you're not getting away with the creep cutting as an Axe, it means that they have essentially all 3 heroes committed to you.
Okay.
But you can also, you don't have to go for a creep cut either, though, because you have the Enigma, right? Because you're like pulling the
wave back
wave back all the time.
That is something that they could do, is they could go like a greedier support that, or rather position 3 that doesn't even necessarily need it. Or they could just bump up Enigma to 3 themselves. Like, it's obviously scary against the silencer, but they've got good setup with the Naga. I don't know.
Ban the Leshrac looking for some heavy magical damage as well as just like straight up push. As now that they've committed into this Naga Siren, they're not really looking for an early game.
No. God, I like Mineski taking Pango. Ooh. That sounds cool.
Versus the Illusions, yeah.
That sounds really good.
Need somebody to try and clear through them. Man, they get so hard to deal with later on these days.
5 seconds remaining.
There's a lot of supports that are good at cutting through them. With like their hexes and the mana drain on the line. Always nice to have, but they've already got those slots filled up here, I believe.
Yeah, they could still like do some weird, funky line mid thing if they wanted to, but I don't think it's gonna be a thing.
All right, Boxy, what do you want? Do you want to play some Enigma or do you want a different hero? Is the Legion any good? Not. Oh, they could Abba, and he could pop his ulti and always save people during the global silence, but that's not really necessary in this.
During the chrono, yeah.
No, the global. I meant the global, because then... Oh, wait.
There you go.
Sorry.
I'm with
yeah,
ya.
my brain. I know. I meant the global. So not pop the ulti, pop the Greaves.
Yeah.
Or the Lotus, and then shield people to get them out of the global.
Definitely like the Greaves builder this game.
Yeah.
Which could be the Enigma too.
And it actually would be the Abba versus...
Hey! We're just talking about this guy.
Okay, Boxy's last game is Slider. Hopefully it'll show up again. 10-0-11 or something. So... He's back, and again, KP is just over there on the side of Mineski, like seeing these heroes. Like, guys, I'm having flashbacks here. This is some newbie Dota, Slider, Naga Siren, Enigma, bread and butter stuff for them. So we'll see if he can help his team through this and recognize how to deal with it. What is your big damage dealer in this chrono? The Lina is still in versus the Queen of Pain. That looks like a pretty tempting one to me here. And there she blows.
Sniped it.
Wow. I predicted a Lina pick. You
feel
know,
like-
Sniper would have been fun.
Yeah.
But there's song and stuff. But you know.
I will say that I think that I've seen Moon play Lina almost more than any other hero in Dota. He has a lot of games on Lina. And
Yeah, he does. That is true.
he's a really good
Oh, yes. We got the Jet Engine Slardar.
Amazing.
Who's the steampunk fan of Valve? That's what I want to know. Because I've seen the Valve people around here, and there's no one in a monocle. So I don't know who's approving all of these sets. But I feel like they wear a monocle.
Yeah, I like that idea. They're easy to find, though. That's the plus side when they do show up.
That's true.
Monocle wearing steampunks. Is somebody that's a fan of steampunk referred to as a steampunker?
I would assume so.
Can't think of a better name. Oh!
What?
That
You
is
said
a
that
Raise
really
Your
loud.
Potato Lina.
Oh. Oh, they switched it for the Moon Tiny. That's interesting.
I have not seen more Moon Tiny than
You
anything
got really
else.
excited for a support Lina. I really thought it would be something way crazier than that.
I mean, it's surprising. That's not what we were expecting.
No, it is surprising, but it was just like, I don't know. That was like some next level surprise. Like, oh, they switched out the hero.
Oh, it's Enigma Taiga.
Yeah.
Oh, that one is less.
Yeah.
Less so we knew that was happening.
Okay, so versus the Queen of Pain. Interesting. All right. Give me Boxy.
Let's
Show
see.
the people that Slardar again. Yeah! Look at this. 11-0 and 11. I was shy 1 kill. I almost didn't credit him enough. MVP last match. 4 wins in a row as Slardar. I think we're just going to have to call this one over.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good run, but we'll see how it goes. Man, the tiny new item, love seeing it. Moon has it, a very big sword. She is holding now, lovingly, as one should. But big match for both of these teams. Again, Mineski up 1 game over Alliance.
Oh yeah, we've read about those whole standing things.
I mean, if you win this game, you're in a really good position to just continue to hold on to that upper bracket. Alliance on the other side, hoping to make their way through it as well. And that's, I mean, it's a ridiculous difference in terms of just positioning of where you're going to end up in a bracket. Granted, at the end of the day, you can just win out, but...
Yeah, but come on. I want to see those big prize pool numbers, dude. I want to be in the upper bracket. I want to win one series and go, oh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. It's crazy, the change-up that happens just so quickly.
Well, that Faceless Void's actually a Radiant hero, believe it or not, as he is scouting out for some wards here. There is one planted. It's on the other side, though.
Yep. Go, baby. Just taking a walk.
He really is. He's just strolling. This Slardar taunt sounds way too much like it's the Nutcracker.
Look, he's in the river. He's splashing around in it.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's really cool. I love that a lot. But Boxy trying to trade, and it looks like Mineski able to pick up 2 apiece. As Boxy's going to take some punches on his way out.
Oh, got him with the bash.
One more? One more?
No, he wants it.
Not going to get it.
Why is it the Nutcracker? Why is it a Christmas steampunk Slardar? These things confuse me.
I don't know the answer for you.
Taiga, he has taken his Eidolons from the wave. He is coming on down to say hello, and this will be pushed into the tower for Boxy.
And this is what we were talking about, of having a little bit of a greedier pick out of an offlaner. At least in Pro Dota, I would say that this is a little bit of a greedier one, because you can afford to do so. Taiga pulls the wave back, and this is going to end up being a nice range creep as well, secured for the Slardar, who pulls the creep wave back underneath towards his tower. Mid-strike array up top. Finds Mr. Mickey. Rage Potato using up the mana pool there.
So they're basically saying anything you can do, I can do better, right? Because they're now doing the Ogre Lina with potentially the rotations. I mean, the 5's a little different. The Silencer instead of the Grimstroke, but this whole idea of just like, so Alliance, you know, do you want to see how this is done?
I mean, you could say the same thing about Alliance, right? Like, they're the ones that ended up running the Enigma themselves. And
I think this game's a little slower, though, compared to what Mineski just did.
that's definitely true. Their style of play feels like it's sort of playing for the later stages. At the same time, like, I sort of wonder how you win with Naga Siren. It feels like you kind of just control the map often, and then you end up eventually like pulling really far ahead in terms of net worth.
Yeah.
But there aren't really that many moments where I feel like you just sort of completely take over a game unless you're just controlling waves. Is Mickey going to take some more punches here, and saying you're going to take a few to boot. It's very different from something like a Juggernaut or an Anti-Mage or something.
Oh man, I feel like this lane is so volatile right now for the Ti9. They try and control the runes rather, and he had his bottle early on, but Moon not going to get lucky as it didn't spawn top, even though that was one he had control of. So lots of denies because he's a tiny, right? He's got so much damage. There was one that he did miss, where at least Koi was able to get something. He needs level 3. I think that's where the Queen of Pain should be able to start racking up the last. It's a bit better. Both of them just having the denies 5 and versus the 6, but you need that second point in the dagger.
Yeah.
And then the spam begins, and then he's probably going to end up going 3 points dagger at level 5. Because you just want to say, get the heck out of my lane to this Tiny, because he can't jungle that well. I mean, it's okay. I mean, compared to plenty of heroes, but versus the other mid heroes we like to see, this guy's more focused on kills than farming neutrals.
It's definitely true. And Koikva going to be very focused on spamming out that dagger and keeping him back. But as you mentioned, Moon having a very nice time so far.
Yeah, that's 1 dagger.
Yeah, it's a ton of damage. But he does have a bottle as well, and able to get another deny here on the range creep. Another deny on the range creep.
Look at this.
I mean, isn't that worth, though, if you now have denied 2 rounds of range creeps? Like, he's kind of just owning this quap. Am I crazy?
Well, it's going to be a lot of regen, though, that he has to pay for, right?
Yeah, it's true. Definitely.
I think the best way to try and save this, though, would be like toss-back plays and stuff onto like a support or something, but that's going to be hard to succeed with when you have a blinking mid.
dude. I don't know. I'm still feeling like all of the denies, it's not as good as it used to be where it'd give you experience, but at the very least, denying it from Quakeva is nice.
Yeah, but the whole point is that he's going to get to the point where he just can't anymore because of this.
Yeah, and slowing down, bottling up through it, in some trouble. As the toss, Quakeva not deciding to go for the kill.
Well, he was supposed to get, yeah, as you said, like tossed out, so.
Yeah.
Now he has the scream, so he wants it.
God, living life on the edge here, Moon. And could go for it. He's waiting to see the animation.
Moon's just like resigned to his death here or something. Did he just dagger you? You're crazy.
He's going in. He doesn't care. Quakeva's running away.
He's not reading it at all.
Does he think there's a rotation coming?
He must have.
Moon, like, played chicken, and I don't know how he did it, but he won super hard. Dude, look at this guy.
I mean, he didn't have enough mana, too, so I guess that's part of it, and he was just like, I can't fight the right clicks of the Tiny. Jeez, Moon knows exactly to push the limit. That is unbelievable. You don't play the hero, you play the enemy player, it turns out. And Moon won that one. But Quakeva gets what he asked for, right? He gets the push out onto this Tiny, and now he's got an illusion rune to deny his whole wave. I'm glad there's no kills in the other lanes. This mid lane has been super interesting.
Yeah, it's really, really cool to watch. Level 5 on Moon. What's the net worth? Because as you said, the regen's another issue of this as well. And it looks like Tiny's still sitting ahead of him by about 300 gold or so.
Yep. Just got a little worried with Box getting low down bottom, but things not quite resulting in the kill. And then he regens back up for that bounty rune.
5-minute mark, Mineski pick up 2, and there is one more down bottom that they can potentially go for as well. But you need to be a little bit careful around this time, as it is getting closer and closer to level 6s for one, as they get the avalanche toss in. Kill over onto that Crystal Maiden.
Of course. We knew it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
We resigned ourselves to missing that one, I think, with all those mid lane talk. Looking for another dagger here from Quakeva. Still has a tango and a bit more regen left in the bottle. And we're starting to get to that 6-minute mark, so you want to really threaten him away from the runes. And Tiny might even shrine for this. Nope, he's just going to go. No, thinking about it. He's got a lot of dead time here. All right, he's just going to get a stack. Fair enough.
Let's see if he can get both of them. Maybe tossing that tree to that hard camp, or if he's just going to go for the one. Goes for the one. We'll see if he gets the rune or not. Over to the side, and Sanya is kind of in position to get it as well, but it's going to be a haste.
Very fortunate for Quakeva.
Picks it up. So what's been going on in these other lanes? You've been focused so much on mid.
I don't know. I haven't moved my camera. Taiga, very well farmed here. Oh, that was a nice little kill. Yeah. What was that? Level 2 bash? Level 3 bash. Ooh.
Yeah, super strong. But yeah, it's, I guess right now the Enigma that's at the top of the CS charts basically has just been farming camps, it looks like, and actually getting the Ancients as well. Level 6 on the Enigma already. And get some more punches on the Nico, baby. He's forced to get the time walk away.
Probably thinking about a rotation here from Quakeva too, right? Because he's got the haste turn and the ultimate. They have Ninja Boogie back here, so they're hoping for an Avatos play, and okay, they'll just straight up harass the Queen of Pain. Fair enough.
Some extra building damage on this catapult.
Oh, now he can't just rotate out here.
In. Haste run needs to just run. Okay. Avalanche, a little bit of a miss. Quakeva still squaring up. Another round of the Arcane Curse. But Moon forces him back. And up top is more pressure being applied to the Tier 1 tower. Everywhere you look, Mineski are kind of just pressuring into them. That's what it feels like, and the main beneficiary is going to be Taiga, who's farming away in this Enigma.
Just another one, eh?
He's top net worth. Oh god, Sonic Wave. Now Moon. I feel like Quakeva maybe could have gotten him there. Doesn't want to expend it.
Yeah, I was looking pretty close. I think now with the helm, though, he just goes bottom. Takes the tower, some classic Enigma stuff. Try and return the favor from what's happened top. And that is a much faster Midas than our previous game's Midas. KP just gets it for free. Talking about top of net worth, this guy's going to be there for a while, I believe.
That's pretty crazy. Nico baby, rooted, black hold, caught,
Perfect.
killed. They did it.
All right, I'll take a trade there. So, who was top then? We had our Naga, and then she just kind of has to run to the jungle, right, from Nikkei on the earlier end of things. Has the triple Wraith Band, though, so despite losing the tower early, this is a hero that is very good at farming neutrals and can kind of get both sides of the map at once. So if you're Mineski, you got to find that area that you want to plant in. It's probably going to be the top jungle, which means you want to take care of that mid tower. Do they have the tower push to do that? Not necessarily. They've been doing a good job early on by pressuring onto the Queen of Pain, but at this point, I think Alliance should be able to hold this tier 1 mid fairly well. The Blink Dagger on the Slardar is what will really secure it. If he goes for it, I guess. We've seen quite a few different builds on the hero as of late. I'm not sure what Foxy is up to.
Yeah, what's going to be the goal for this one? It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, he's mainly just focused right now on controlling up Nico baby.
He shockingly has no bracers, which makes me think he's going Blink.
Yeah.
Because there's not really another good reason to save all this gold.
Yeah, it seems pretty likely.
Well, unless he's going Midas, I suppose.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Could go Midas. He seems to feel willing to just farm up to the late game. Dude, it's crazy how well Moon has done against this Quap.
He
She
literally
is-
just bought double bracers and won, by the way.
Oh,
just want to
okay.
say that's I guess it's one of these situations where it's like you don't get the courier, but for the amount of time he was holding those bracers, I guess it's not like he died or anything, but
well,
you
to
could have
say
been so
that-
much tankier.
Oh god, yeah, he's running away. He realized that rotation was coming. Gonna head up top, 10-minute mark, getting ready for runes. And it does look like they're gonna get a trade-off, 2 apiece. I was mentioning though, like the Queen of Pain right now, bottom 4 net worth, just by virtue of, I guess, the laning stage and then not really finding any rotations
Well,
or kills.
It's also just a super tight game. Like, look,
Yeah.
the gap between her and the Tiny, it's 600 gold. That's not anything too crazy. But the gap between her and top, 1,300. The gap between the next highest is only 700 between the Void and the Ogre. So it's very tight amongst the top 7.
Jump forward, find Rage Potato. Rage Potato finds Mickey. I will take that trade every day of the week.
Instant tip.
Let's tip back the other way. Meanwhile, mid lane, find a kill into Insania. So Mineski coming out swinging here. As they use the glyph to keep this catapult alive, bloodlusted up. It's going to take the tower.
Yeah, and that is exactly what they wanted here. I was worried about their like tower pressure there, but the Bloodlust of Tiny, yeah, that's one way to do it. You don't typically think of the Tiny as the big sieger this early on, so much more focused upon the kills, but
Oh. You see that multi?
oh, how many did he get?
He got 2.
Well, of course, I guess. Obviously, he's level 7. So that's on the 0 point something there. I think it's just a 0, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's too bad.
I think it's so high now. It's up to 70, what, 75% all the time?
Yeah.
So ridiculous. Didn't he just respawn?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did, Trent.
That was a very quick second.
You are not wrong. And you know what? He has 3 of his team's 4 deaths. It has been a rough go for Insania so far. As
This
Moon
series.
finds the combo out onto Boxy, and Taga throwing down the Midnight Pulse, trying to create a little bit of separation. But it is going to be Mineski that stopped the pressure forward. Moon going to head back towards mid, try and clear through this wave before it takes down Tier 1 tower mid.
Taiga's going for the BKB still. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Why not? Talk to me about it.
Well, at least my initial reaction is that I would think you would want to be going for either a Midas because you're playing with a Naga draft. Even after the Helm, I still think that's kind of fine. Who are we losing here?
Good blade, Boxy. He does not care, apparently. But they do have another round of Fire Blast. Insania shows up there, and Rage Potato, thinking about the Light Star Gray, uses it on top of himself. And meanwhile, Insania just going to let it go.
He just got so lucky.
Oh, the chase! Rage Potato gets the runaway. He's living through that one.
Yeah, that was Bassy armor. That's what that was. But, man, he got so much damage out of that freezing field. That was, like, the best RNG you get to CM. But well, what I would say is that when I see this BKB, I just think, well, first off, he's getting really early in a game that if you win, looks like it's probably going to be going very long. But versus the Silencer and the Faceless Void, it just seems like 2 heroes with the BKB's virtually worthless.
Yeah.
Whereas you tend to see Enigma start playing for the auras when you're up against the Silencer or the Chrono. Like, I would want to have the Greaves to help my allies that are Chronoed, or help myself when I'm Chronoed, or if the Silence happens, then I can pop and then Black Hole.
Yeah, it's very different. I guess that maybe one of the thought is like force them to use those abilities on you, but likewise, what are you doing in the fight if you're not black holing?
Well, it's also like if you are focused on the Black Hole, which he clearly seems to be, then there's still a lot of stuns outside of the Silence that can stop it. So he's probably just thinking, like, in their view of the game, they need this Black Hole to kill Faceless Void, I would think is what he's considering. And so they're just saying, we need the BKB then.
Okay. Well, Alliance smoked up, tried to make a rotation, were not able to find it. But they will run into Ti9 now. And he rolls his way out of there, but now, caught out, force some more rotations back. Moon just runs away afterwards.
The Queen and Tiny have been like mutually assured destruction. It's like neither of them had a good game because of the other.
Yeah,
you know, they're just both way down there. Like, these are mid heroes, guys.
Yeah.
What happened?
I have no
They
idea.
just both kept clicking each other in the lane, couldn't last it, kept denying.
Spying salves.
Yeah,
spying
just
nulls.
wasting regen. They should have just made a pact. They could at least both be having fun right now.
No.
I know Boxy's having fun. The guy has bound his taunt to just right click or something.
Oh, good stomp there with the Helm of the Dominator creep, but Moon able to go and walk away. Light Striker ready to interrupt. Sonic Wave finding the kill there, it looks like. As Moon is going to go down, and looks like Raging Potato also trying to make his escape, and will be able to do just that. So they lose Moon. Is all a little bit more time for the Faceless Void to farm up. Nico Baby has the Midas completed, and has been left to his own devices for quite a little while now.
Yeah, nearly into the Maelstrom too. So has he chronoed anyone? I don't remember a chrono.
I don't think so.
Yeah, at least not that we've witnessed. Yeah, but you know, we miss some stuff every once in a while.
That's fair.
Mid lane though, I see Tiger's able to take down the tower.
I mean, he could
Fabulous
switch
stuff.
this up too. He might decide to. But probably won't switch it up for the Midas. And Nico Baby. Ooh. The value Wraith Bands. Does he use Chrono this? Oh, no. He hit him. He dilated him. But won't be able to find Queen of Pain.
KP's on the hunt.
No Naga Siren in this fight. That looks like is actually not going to happen.
Well, how about this? Smoke up top.
And they want to make use of that Chronosphere now. Still only a Midas on Nico Baby, but if he could find a catch. Oh, Boxy wouldn't be bad at all. I like this if they can find him.
Yeah, Boxy would have been wonderful.
Instead, they're going to go over the Avalanche toss, the fake back. Nico Baby's there, jumps forward.
They don't have the damage. Oh, maybe?
Well, they've got Raging Potato, has the Light Circuit afterwards, and Laguna Blade. If they want to use it, and if they want to use it, saving Laguna Blade, okay, they save Laguna Blade. Now chasing for more, they find the Crystal Maiden. Light Strike Ray again out, holding on to that Laguna Blade. So Alliance can't punish.
Man, I didn't realize he had the LSA already, or rather the Aether Lens already too, onto Raging Potato. Perfect stuff for that engagement. And you can't really rotate and get the save. I thought they wouldn't have enough damage before the Naga made her saving play, is what I was referring to, but she was not tempted to make that rotation. Oh, Boxy gets a two-man stun here, one of which was a TPing Faceless Void. Lena's going to head on home, doesn't finish the kill, unfortunately for them, though.
Gotta
And
be careful.
now, yeah, Mickey's trying to get it. He's like, that's a core.
Song is a possibility if they want to use it, but he didn't go for
he
it.
thought about it. He doesn't have the damage yet. He needs the Manta and then the diffusal.
But Alliance hesitant to make that movement unless there is a guaranteed kill possibility. Of course, if you do use the song and then you get caught out, it goes bad.
Oh, they got. Oh no, the LSA saves.
Jaboogie running away. He does have global available if they need to use it. Can have the buyback play if he wants to. KP in a lot of trouble and eventually is going to fall. Rage Potato throwing out what he can, but now they found themselves another 3 dead from Mineski. His Alliance just running.
Yeah, all covered here by the song too. So that's just helping to let them play super aggressively.
Down bottom, Nico Baby runs into Insania. Does not have the Chronosphere. And in fact, if he's not careful, he could just get black hole. Chase forward, jump, fine, stun, global comes out. And that's going to secure Nico Baby's retreat. But it didn't cancel the black hole. It just stopped it from being cast at all.
Yeah, Taiga was holding onto it still at that moment, so that's great for them. 2-minute window now where the black hole can be cast. And Taiga has the blink dagger too, so this is fantastic for him.
Yeah. So cross-map movement is the call from Alliance. See if you can find somebody on the run-through, and Nico Baby is over in this area.
They've also smoked on the side of the Radiant too. They're trying to find the exact opposite side of the map and get themselves a Naga, probably thinking that she won't be smoking with them.
Yeah, so they'll pass by each other. No find, but Nico Baby is going to show back in the mid lane, and this is pretty bad. Quakeva shows for a second, the smoke dissipates, and they're actually just into the pit.
That's an interesting one. They have a slider on their team, so they can just take it before the 20-minute mark, which means they'll be able to get back out and contest the 2 top bounty runes. And with the rotations from Mineski, they're probably thinking that they want to try and hold the bot 2 runes here.
Nico
Doesn't
Baby.
seem like they have any vision around the area.
I think Nico Baby has an idea
Yeah,
it's
now he
happening.
knows.
KP is going to walk in there, but Roche is getting lower and lower and lower. The song of the siren to ensure it, but the bash onto Quakeva that keeps him back for the moment. It could be a big opening black hole there onto 2, but the turnaround, Eul Scepter lift up. They can't get the Chronosphere off. They have it afterwards, but it's onto his own team, more so than the rest of them. Naga Siren up in the air, does eventually get brought back down. Quakeva, can they get control? Can they get the kill? It looked bad for a second, but it looks like Mineski are going to win this fight as they take down the Aegis to boot. Now Ninja Boogie need to run away. They do have the ability to jump out with Alliance, but a trade-off there is the Aegis does get taken away.
Oh, a fire blast from the Ogre, head the range.
They're able to back away from there again.
Seems like Taiga, I mean, he got some of the targets, right? But I think he got the silencer. We didn't even have the global back yet. Jeez, he still did a lot of damage to that engagement.
Ninja Boogie, he's a bit far forward as well. They're going to back out and possibly run to another, but you can see here in the background, able to find the fight, and this Chronosphere, it looked bad for a second.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's still kind of rough.
Yeah.
Then Knock comes down, and you're like, oh, okay, he was just dead up there. That's good then.
And then able to find themselves a couple kills, and most importantly, clear through that Aegis.
All right, so Alliance have taken the edge here. A game which they were down by a little bit. At least it felt that way, and it wasn't net worth, but actually in experience, they've been leading since the 5.5-minute mark.
So, I mean, run me through this. How big is this couple of moments for Alliance here? Like, do you think that they're in kind of firm control of this game with the Naga Siren draft? How worried would you be if you're Mineski?
I would be quite worried because they took fights before the defusal was finished. And then that happens to your silencer again. It feels like Alliance weren't even at their peak potential there. And Quakeva was having a pretty rough game. Hadn't really been putting that much impact into the match. Hadn't been finding a lot of kills across the place and like snowballing like maybe a Queen of Pain wants to. And then suddenly he just pops off in that fight and is in a much better place. We'll actually have an a BKB rather soon.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We haven't always seen the Eul Scepter build early on for Queen of Pain, but it's been really useful a couple of times, whether it's securing bounty runes or just causing some disruptions in that fight, like that initiation that came out from Nico Baby where he's able to get the Euls up and interrupt things. It's been a really nice pickup for him.
It's a bit dangerous though in these games versus things with like really good follow-up, like the Chrono, the Avalanche, and the LSA. It's just like it's not some save all that lets you get your blink off.
No. Yeah, it's been much more used instead as like an offensive tool.
Yeah.
We talked about it though, Enigma going back for the BKB after finishing the Blink Dagger. 10 strength as well as Diffusal Blade done. So possibly the beginning of the ruination as Naga Siren is, I don't know, how would you classify this? Like online phase 1 and then like the heart is online phase.
It's like a play, you know. This is Act 1.
Okay.
Right? Act 1 was like the kiddie pool, pretty much. You know, she hasn't graduated the ocean yet.
All right.
And then once you get out of the laning stage, that's when you get to swim in the deep end. That's
we're,
Act 2.
We're mixing our metaphors here. I like it.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's when you're farming the jungle, farming some lanes, working towards your Manta. And then the defusal is when you finally get out into the big ocean, right? That's Act 3, where you can kill everybody. Then Act 4 is when you've evolved, and you get the legs, and you go high ground. And that's how evolution works.
Thanks for the history lesson.
Yeah,
man.
no problem.
You're helping me. Oh, look at this. Ogre has the mech. He's almost finished off a Solar Crest. I mean, that's the thing. Like, independently, all of these items and, you know, what Mineski sort of have look nice. But it feels like it's kind of going to be on the back of Nico Baby hitting some really big chronos for this to work. And as you mentioned during the drafting phase, like, they've already kind of got the counter built into it with the Naga Siren.
Well, then just chrono the Naga.
Hey,
It's a problem.
that's a good point. You know he has the BKB too, so maybe it's not a problem.
So it's a lot easier to do that, that's for sure. The slide art build. So he's going for the Solar Crest first before the BKB. Sounds a little risky to me, I gotta say. Now, we talk about like BKB and why it's a little bit worse on the Enigma. In a game like this for the slider, I feel like he blinks, he crushes, and then he can either BKB right away or he can try and wait for the global. But even if he BKBs right away, I think that's still fine because he's BKB'd and still just punching everyone during the global silence and getting some bashes off. And through the BKB, it's really only the Void that you have to worry about. I guess the Bloodlust of Ti9 is no slouch either. But either way, they're gonna find him. Oh, that's a real short blink.
Uh-oh. Danger, danger, Mr. Slardar. He's going to get caught, bashed up all the bed, and he's going to die. And Zania also going to fall here. So the smoke gank connects, and they find the win, and they know that they're going to be going for the bounty run afterwards. Trying to find Taiga. He's off to the side. But they won't quite get there in time. So bounty runs going the way of Mineski.
Oh, Tiger, careful.
I mean, you can already see the beginnings. Oh, no, but they found him! Mickey, he's caught! Avalanche toss afterwards, quick foot, Yule Scepter, but they're going to be able to find that global. Now trying to run him down. Nico Baby, seeing if he can get a batch, manages to find it, and Moon is there in the end with the Avalanche. They are going to lose the potato, but Koikfa, the big winner, Taiga with the turnaround. Can they kill them all off in time? Yes, indeed. Nico Baby gets the BKB to try and turn it, but they are eventually going to be able to find that kill on the Enigma.
Oh, the buyback from Raging Potato, why? Why you do this? Is that a misclick?
He was getting hyped. That's the only thing I can think of.
There's all this farm down ball. Actually, his buyback wasn't that bad, frankly. So maybe that's why. Buyback cost. Okay, it was like 1K. Yeah, it might have been a little bad.
Oh my goodness. So again, just break this down for me. Like, big hit here from Nico.
Sick chrono, right, for sure. But then he pops the global because he's trying to make sure his whole team didn't just get sonic waved during that chrono and everything, and to help guarantee them they get the Naga Siren right after the song. Makes a lot of sense. But Taiga says, oh, hey, did that guy just global? Oh, yo, I got this. And doesn't panic too hard there. Gets down that black hole, but he gets down the Midnight Pulse first. Excellent work with the shift queuing, because that's the only reason he's able to clean up so many and recover some of that fight for them.
Now back live. Can see a 2,000 gold lead for Alliance. The big play there, and I think that's part of the reason too that you see the BKB here for Queen of Pain and just blink in the middle of all of them. Keep them all grouped together.
God, it's so hard to get the Midnight Pulse down in those situations. Well, I mean, this guy's a pro player, but, you know, it could be, you see those three heroes and you're just like, my queen! You know, you just want to get in there in black hole as soon as you can.
All right, Jon Snow. What are you doing?
Well, that's Taiga's life, man.
I mean, yeah, and I guess that's the thing is that if you did happen to just throw out a random disable, he didn't have his BKB on at that point. Didn't have it available, so got to be very wary.
He's got it now, though.
Yeah.
It's coming out on the courier.
Ooh. Almost caught Koikfa there.
All right, Bloodlusted, Mjolnir, BKB, faces Void. That is scary. I wonder if he could... Once he's level 20 and he has that time walk cast range, which I assume he's going to take, that feels a little bit spooky for Mickey. However, Mickey has 5,000 gold towards a heart.
Chrono?
Oh, we'll
misses the Blade Strike Array. They're just going to try and get the kill without it. And it looks like they'll be able to find that.
Yeah, glad he didn't BKB for that. That would not have been worth. Ooh, okay. Some cross-map pressure now coming out here from Moon. Not going for the Ags. Everyone's shying away from the build.
Hmm.
Taking the Shadow Blade instead and saying, we gotta find this Naga Siren. Because if I find her and you have the cast range on the Time Walk, we can kill her.
That's true. Still 200 gold there. One of the reasons you don't see Helm of the Dominators often nowadays.
I keep hearing the taunt. Does it even work on this Tiny? Or does it just make the noise?
I think it works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it definitely works.
Just been hearing it over and over.
Been hearing a lot of taunts. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, there he goes. I like it. Alright, hard done.
Shadowblade, Moon, they scout him out though as he heads through the jungle. He has a DD bottled up, jump forward, Boxy, Dual Scepter, lift up, Light Strike Array, Moon, trying to deal whatever damage he possibly can. KP has it under control, but Boxy, a big bad fish in the river, and the bigger, badder
my
fish
god, Naga's
just
crazy.
completely destroys a Mickey.
Okay.
Monster.
I get it, by the way, on the Slardar build, because he's invincible.
Jump forward, needs to find it, does have the Chronosphere, gonna land it now. Is it gonna be enough damage though? Taiga on the other side, walking in with the black hole, wants to find it on to Nico, baby. Are they gonna be able to kill him off in time? They don't. Taiga holds on to the black hole, and they are gonna just kill off the Faceless Void in spite of the lack of the black hole.
He's holding that black hole because he knows the global's still there, and that means Insania, or rather Ninja Boogie couldn't find the right moment for it there.
Very heads-up play from Taiga, and they get 3. They did lose the Naga Siren, but showing even if you kill her, there's other fish to fry.
Man, that damage from Koigfa. He's having a really good Queen of Pain game. He's now caught back up. Look how far away he is from that Tiny.
Yeah.
He's at 14k net worth, and this Tiny's back down at just nearing into 11k.
I mean, he hasn't died yet on the Queen of Pain.
Also impressive.
Well, at this point in time, 4,000 gold lead for Alliance. And they chase forward now on the Raging Potato. Boxy, the Scepter lift up, now going to try and get the runaway as the right clicks are spamming through any Force Staffs. Doesn't look like it.
Great
So they
pick
lose
there.
another.
But so if you look at the Slardar build with the double bracer and the Solar Crest, when he was being targeted there by the Tiny and the Lina, he was just tanking right through it. And then if you guys have not seen the Slardar Aghanims, I mean, this was like one of the first things I wanted to look at after that big patch dropped. Because that magic resistance is, it's pretty ridiculous.
Pretty insane what you get. Making some puddles.
It's, you get status resistance too, right?
Yeah. All around the map.
Anywhere in the water, right?
So, Boxy on his way towards the Aghanim Scepter, and Mickey talked about how quickly he was getting up and into the Diffusal Manta, now has the heart on top of all that. Only level 18, but it's enough to get the level 3 song, which is one of the more important timings for this hero as well.
So for reference, it is, oh, that's what it is, it's HP regen. So it's 35 HP regen, it's 12 bonus armor, and it's 40% status resistance. And then it's the bracers that you stack with it to get all the magic resistance. So basically, you've got bracer magic resistance, and then a status resistance of 40%. You're pretty much Spirit Breaker on steroids, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, this is a reason why this hero has been kind of a bane of the pubs.
The only weird thing about it is that you have to like cast your stun on nothing a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Which is weird because then your enemy sees that it's on cooldown. I don't like that part of it, but I also understand that there's no other. What are you gonna do? Make an ability to just like put down puddles on a cooldown or
Yeah,
something? That might be a little weird.
It's probably the best of both worlds. And I like the sort of idea of it that you're like crushing the ground enough that it's like causing water to pile
Right.
up. Like that's pretty cool. If you crush the river, you should like get a little wave animation or something. I want to see that.
It should hit enemies. It should be a tsunami.
Exactly. Just have a glorious beard.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, what do we got? I mean, is this a game where Faceless Void can eventually just kill off the Naga Siren and kind of solo carry, do you think? Or is that not a
that's all on the
possibility?
teams, man. It's definitely possible. Void opens all possibilities.
Oh.
And she way up there. He's moving his camera up to click that.
I love it when there's those little interactions.
Yeah, that was weird.
down with the
that's not
taunts.
usually how it looks with the Z axis like that.
Yeah. He's outside of the chrono.
Yeah.
Oh, Foxy jumps forward with the Crush Taiga, holding on to that black hole. Able to kill off Moon. Lotus Orb, keeping him alive. Fine and dandy. Now, toss away. Good blink back.
He's like, yo, I found the tiny, come black hole him. Or rather, the silencer, that is.
The net's still chasing, though, for KP. Throws out the stun. Raging Potato.
Got the
Brent
puddle.
punch in. You can see the puddle. It's just so hard to deal with. Oh, man. That's tough. Yeah, I almost do feel like Moon might need to go for something like the Ags this game. Like, they need more ways to deal with the Naga illusions.
That is true. Lina is almost into the Aghanim Scepter, so I think of the Aghanims, Naga should die in Chrono. Yeah, well, yeah, I think so. Gets to level 18, helps out with another essentially 1,000 damage onto the Naga Siren. That's going to cut a lot of the work the Faceless Void has to do down. He's preemptively getting the MKB, which he is certainly going to need up against the Naga Siren there. He's really close to the Naga, by the way. Considering the way this game's been going and how much more space Alliance have been having over the past, like, 6 minutes or so, he's only, what, 1,200 gold down?
Yeah, it's really not bad. And, you know, finishing off that MKB, a lot of room still to grow. Void, one of the best Ags carriers in the game as well.
Okay, 2,000 gold down, whatever. Same thing.
Once we get to the third Roche, which should be coming up soon. We'll see if it's an Aghanims that drops. But could be a nice little possibility for him there.
Yeah, that is one thing, is that the ultimate counter to the Chrono, right? The Aegis. So, not something they're interested in at the moment.
Find him. Moon.
No panic.
Keep it cool, my dude. Look you well. Koikva in the meantime is AoE Shadow Strike. Up on the high ground, Taiga there. They have a puddle on the floor as well. But the constant spam out of the Naga Siren becoming more and more of an issue. They did finish off the Force Staff for the Silencer, so more defensive options for Mineski in case things get a little bit too dicey.
Yeah, he is into the just don't get caught category now, though.
Look at that. You see that?
Was that the Ogre?
The Ogre
he's ready. That's pretty nice versus the Naga, right? Clear the illusions, the one-shot.
I really like it. And that's also one of those items where suddenly, you know, the Ogre builds it, maybe somebody else gets an idea, they start building it, suddenly
stack them up.
The EGE home.
Yeah,
repeat.
perfect. Oh, the net, that's real.
Go baby, Lotus Orb picks it off and then the back away.
Ah, there it is. There's the multicast on the illusions. Pew!
Pops the BKB. Aegis just now expiring. Nico Baby looking for the initiation. He finds it on a Mickey. There's no way to save this guy right now as he pops the BKB, trying to find that kill. Is it going to be there in time and enough? And it is, as the Aegis expired. Sonic Wave whiffed completely onto nobody. KP throws out the multicast, but he might be just being gifted up for dead. Although Lina shows up on the other side. Managed to find that kill. Now an avalanche toss onto Taiga. They're starting to bring down even lower. Nico Baby jumps back in, tries to find that kill. The CM is dead as well. Koikva doing what he can against Raging Potato, and Raging Potato is going to go down. While the Koikva Yule Scepter lift up onto Nico Baby. Silence for the moment. No BKB, in a lot of trouble. Moon trying to keep his carry alive, but it's not going to happen. Koikva, the real carry, with the triple kill. Looking for another one. Give this man an ultra kill. Yes, indeedy duty. The Queen of Pain does it.
How does he just have an A on this entire fight? Like, what?
I don't know.
He's got his answer in case he gets chronoed, which means they just all ignore him. And they're like, oh, well, I mean, this guy's A on this. Why would we even fight him? Well, he will continue to fight you.
He had the BKB going through some of that, and Alliance now in a really good position.
We finally got the fight recap there. That was 7,735 damage from the Queen of Pain. And oh, where's my hard carry? No, oh, that's big fat goose egg. Naga getting chronoed. So obviously the target they had to go on for Mineski, but the rest of the team picking up the slack there, knowing the Mickey is going to be that big target. And they want some more. They are going for it.
Going in tier 3 tower, you can see real quickly. Actually, need to get back into live as we are going in towards the high ground. They're going to be able to find a base. All right, they back out.
Nico, baby, come on, man. You got to go for that Aghanim Scepter. Get this Manta. Get it out of there. surely this is one of those games. At least it feels like it to me. I feel like I'm even getting close to just, well, he still has a Wraith Band, so work your way through this Wraith Band, get the Aghanims, because I'm sure you're going to need to kill this Naga Siren again.
Oh, they're waiting. Good for that opening.
Boxy just making some puddles.
They know he's up there now, though, but he also knows to jump forward, find it. The old bold maneuver, and Boxy gonna get punished.
So
silence on a Quakefa.
That was because he didn't have the stun.
Yeah.
Because he did it for the puddle.
Mm.
That is the downside to this Aghanims. Yeah. And it's a real downside. Because things get weird. Like, you jump into 4 heroes without your stun. After he, like, bashed him, and he was like, where's my, isn't it back yet?
Yeah. Not quite.
Well, that was not great with the Roche timer coming up in a second here.
That was just like
1-0. Roche up in. Oh, that's a long Roche. That's very good for Alliance.
Gotta give a shout out to production real quick. When I called for the replay and I realized immediately I was making a mistake, they helped out and got us back to live. So shout out to you guys for covering up for me there. But jump forward.
Hold it.
That was scary.
I mean, if he doesn't see Naga, he can't really chrono.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
He doesn't have the BKB. I mean, they're going in.
Chrono.
Get that man.
Get that crystal mate.
Dude, are they going high ground?
I don't know. Is Sania going back there too? He's going to make it.
They take down the tier 2 tower. Quakefa jumps in. Dude, this game is getting really weird.
Quakefa's got the refresher. No, wait, what? Oh, that's Taiga. Taiga's got the refresher and no buyback. That is insane. Wow. They're up 9K, and Taiga is just going for it.
Buyback status, speaking of which.
Yeah, what do we got here?
It is only an Enigma that doesn't have it. At least on that team.
He wants it all for this fight, and the Silencer, how close is he to refresher? He knows, though, right? This is the dance that you play. Does he have the GPM? I can't remember when he gets it. Yeah, it is 15, so he's got the 120 happening in there.
Boxy, level 22. And this is the thing that's sort of weird about this Aghanim Scepter build and why, I don't know, it feels just a little bit strange, right? Like, he hasn't really progressed that much more since then. Like, think about how hard he was owning in those early stages. I guess part of that's just because everybody else built Midases, but I don't know. Feeling a little bit tough. And yeah, Moon is going to be going back for the Aghanim Scepter, it looks like.
What? Another one of these Ogre players. He took the attack speed over the strength.
Dude, everything for my Nico, baby.
I don't know, but this one KP.
It's a lot.
Sure, it is. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he has the MKB. He's thinking about going for the Silver Edge. All right, never mind. Switches back to the Nullifier. Okay. Nullifier is really good here.
I feel like this could also be one of those moments where it like suddenly turns into a rapier. Although actually no, so he's got the helm already. Because that is one thing that I will say about the Mineski team just in general. I've always felt like they're really good at recognizing when they can just try and end the game. And you know, sometimes that happens where you just take a really big fight, think that, all right, maybe they don't have buyback, and then you go and test it.
Yeah.
How close are we getting to level 25s here? Already have it on the Void. Decided to take the Chronosphere AoE. Queen of Pain. Getting a little bit closer, and I'm assuming it's going to be the Fear for her as she finishes off the Bloodthorn.
Yeah. Just after this camp even, I think.
So
just needs 14 XP.
Do you think that, I mean, this Aeon Disc could be a little bit of a liability for her? In terms of just getting rid of her damage in a random moment in a fight?
No, not with the Chrono. It's 2.5 seconds is a long time in a Chrono.
Uh-oh. Walk forward. They finished off the Nullifier. No buyback on that Void. Jump in from Quakefa. BKB has already popped. Gotta be careful. Nico Baby looking for his opening. Who's he gonna decide to go on? He jumps forward, finds it on it too, but it's not. The Naga Siren caught it, and they're able to save. His BKB did not get popped. No BKB. They have the Black Hole Silence. Global, turn it back around. Taiga trying to get the second one up. He finds it now. Nico Baby controlled and gonna get taken down. The combination comes out in time. Taiga will die though. Insania up on the high ground, finding the ulti kill. No buyback on that Void. 2 minutes.
Oh, he went for it all.
And gets punished. Now follow up for more. That's the Bloodthorn. That's the kill that they needed. Alliance are doing it.
Yeah, they got the line drawn down the mid lane there from Insania. They are looking to end this game. And just keep them neck and neck in this group stage. If Alliance can do this. And again, they I hope they don't go for too many racks, because every time they get mega creeps, I feel like my stomach sinks a little bit. Sorry, that's a low blow, Alliance. My bad.
It happens. And the chase forward now, seeing who they can find. They jump in. KP holding on for the best possibility that he can have. Quake stunned, but they turn down towards the bottom lane now and keep their sights set on the other tier 3 tower. Still 60 seconds without the Void. And again, the buybacks. 300 gold away from the Enigma, but everybody else on the Dire has one. They don't need that black hole again because they got the one earlier. The last set of racks is going to go down. We'll see if Mineski can somehow hang on to this one. But it's going to be Mineski up against Mega Creeps.
Who's fighting the Mega Creeps here? So Mineski or Alliance?
That's true.
They gotta get the monkey off the back. This would be an excellent feeling for the team to take this one.
It does sort of have that feeling of like constantly happening the same way over and over again.
It has that feel of just like they have the heroes again that theoretically could do it. Like there's the global that covers you so much. This Tiny might get into the Aghanims. There's some wombo combo happening. But of course, once again, Alliance should have this game. And they'll even get themselves a refresher shard for the Queen of Pain.
Hand it over immediately to the Enigma.
That makes some good sense.
Yeah, the AN disc purchases have been really solid from Alliance too. Like the fact that Nico Baby goes in, gets the chrono off, but it's going to be interrupted by the song. I will say that was a backbreaker, not getting the BKB off. But afterwards, the Aeon disc on the Enigma to make sure he could get the refresher black hole off. That was so clutch.
Well, the Tiny Eggs throws one tree, and then he's going to blink and get out of there.
No buybacks on the Radiant at all. We'll see what happens. KP close to Greaves, which can make a bit of a difference. Just that added little bit of survivability, and of course the ability to purge off the debuffs. Any other 25s that we've missed?
I don't think so.
Slardar got his. So, oh, undispellable now. So Greaves, that less effective.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Tiny's still a little ways away. The toss charges are good, but so too is the avalanche cooldown.
I do like the toss charges when I'm defending high ground.
Yeah.
Get him into the fountain.
Let's do it. Did he take the... No, he took the tree grab cooldown, not the toss surprise target one.
Oh, sorry. Right, it's the charges.
Yeah. He can still do it, though. A little bit tougher.
Just need a friend.
Exactly. So 20,000 gold lead right now for Alliance. As Mineski trying desperately to hold on here in this game number 2. Again, Alliance, this win for them in the group stage would make all the difference in the world. Likewise, Mineski wanting to keep their hopes for an upper bracket berth into the main event. Really good if they were able to 2-0 here.
With some real GG items here on the Dire side. Slardar with the AC. Enigma even toying with them with this illusion in the mid. Hoping to draw some out here. Have another illusion.
They all dance.
Oh, that's on top there. They're going in onto a moon.
Yeah. Toss away of the illusion. Trying to deal with it. Ege up front and center. Still hanging on to that Aegis.
Give him the Dagon zap, KP.
Gotta be careful here. They Dagon to prove, yes, that is indeed the real Mickey. If they wanted to, they could think about a chrono, but of course with the Aegis, it is so hard to make that move.
They were so close.
Alright, Careful, careful. Hex out already. The follow-up is going to be there. Lotus Orb, they're keeping Nico Baby alive. They need to find the rest of these targets. He can't afford to just use all of the abilities on the Mickey when he's got that Aegis for afterwards. Likewise, though, if Mickey happens to get killed off without the Aegis, there's the Chrono. Gonna land it now onto the Queen of Pain and gonna be able to bring him down the Nullifier afterwards. Sick play coming out from Nico Baby, but can they kill Mickey a second time? Koikfa buys back. Looking to go for the chase.
Ready.
Taiga, he has the black hole available. They turn it back around with the Malefice. Jump forward, puddle on the ground. Now Lina, rooted for the moment. They have the catch, the follow-up that's going to be there, and this is going to be a dead Lina as well.
Oh, here comes Taiga, maybe?
Possibly a chance. Looking for that jump. They already catch it. There's the
There
second
it
black
is.
hole coming out as well. Global interrupts it. Still the Chronosphere going. Can they get him again? Taiga, he's going to BKB. He gets the refresher off, but he doesn't have that black hole used. They're somehow holding on, but the tier 4 towers are falling. Bloodlust doing a ton of damage here as he's going to start doing the triple blasts out with it. Holding on with the towers, holding on. Moon trying to force out that Aeon disc. Still fine for the moment. Nico Baby chasing, not quite enough. The black hole is there, and they don't have a way to stop this one. Buyback coming from Nico Baby, though. The throne exposed, Bean ran down and beaten up, and with that, Alliance are going to take game number 2.
All right, so another not so one-sided. First game felt pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
It felt like Mineski just had that perfect timing. Alliance this time, they had to fight for this one. They had to make some pretty big plays in that mid lane.
Totally.
Managed to run it right back, and then suddenly they were just in control of the net worth lead. Even though Mineski had a couple fights that looked all right for them, they couldn't really get these chrono combos going for themselves.
No. And again, it just felt like it was sort of an inherent problem in the draft that Naga had gotten enough early that it was just too difficult to take that fight, I guess. I don't know. What do you think about these two teams? It feels like they're so eclectic with how they work. It's either amazing one way or it sort of like looks a little baffling.
Maybe it feels like they're still trying to figure out some strats or like
Yeah.
what their strong heroes are. They look like a different team depending on hero to hero, right? And
Yeah.
that's something that you don't see when it comes to like we're talking about them as middle of the pack kind of teams. When I watch Secret, I'm not looking so much at their heroes as I'm looking at like the players, the distribution of the net worth, the plays that they're making, and how the game flow goes. Whereas when I watch like Alliance and Mineski, I think like, okay, what's Nico Baby on this game?
Yeah, it's true.
And I think like, okay, what's Koikfa playing? And the game looks very different based off of that. Man, speaking of which, Koikfa. Okay.
Oh my God, he had a hell of a
Excellent
game.
Queen of Pain game. Probably the best one I've seen so far this tournament. Very well played, as well as Boxy. You know, we shouted it out. We knew that slider was going to be big for them, and it certainly was. So, Alliance and Mineski, they remain neck and neck in their little match. That means that all their games tomorrow, they're going to have to decide their own fates with other opponents instead.
And right now, I think that there's like 3 or 4 games scheduled. Might be more than that, depending on what happens with the dreaded word. I'm not going to mention it, but it starts with a T and ends with an I breakers.
Yes. I saw GodZ and Lacoste scheduled on those. So we're good.
Good. See you
I'm
later,
hoping to see tiebreakers personally. Make them suffer a little,
You
you
said
know.
it. Now it's going to happen.
Oh, sorry.
It's like
Yeah, I
Voldemort.
know. That's what I'm going
God,
for
I said
here.
it. Oh, no.
Production's not happy. They're like, yes, I still have to work, you know. I don't just get to leave. Okay.
Well,
We get to leave because this line went very quickly. I'm guessing
Deuces.
there's still plenty of games going on the other streams because these ones were pretty fast. So enough of us. Go watch more Dota.
have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.